America didn't start in 1776. The real story began in 1757, during a brutal war no one talks about. Title: The Birth of a New Power, 1757. In the year 1757, the world had no idea that a new power was slowly rising, one that would one day change global history forever. At that time, a massive conflict was spreading across continents, known as the 7 Years' War. The two great empires, Great Britain and France, were locked in a fierce struggle for dominance. But the most important battlefield was not Europe. It was a distant land, North America. A land on the edge. In North America, 13 British colonies were growing rapidly. The people there were still under British rule, but something was changing. A new identity, a new spirit, was beginning to rise. In 1757, intense fighting broke out between British and French forces. The French had built strong positions, including the strategic Fort William Henry. This fort became the center of a brutal and historic conflict. Courage in the fire inside. The chaos of war. Young colonial soldiers stood side by side with British troops. Many of them were born on this land, men who would one day be called Americans. Among them was a young soldier. Let's call him Edward. As the French forces surrounded the fort, fear spread quickly, but Edward refused to give up. He risked his life to protect his fellow soldiers, guiding them through danger, holding the line when hope seemed lost. Because deep down, he knew something important. This was not just Britain's war anymore. This was a fight for their future. The turning point. Although 1757 did not bring immediate victory, it marked a turning point. Over time, Great Britain gained the upper hand, while France began to lose its power in North America. But something even bigger was happening. The people of the colonies were changing. They had fought, suffered, and survived, and now they were beginning to think differently. The beginning of a nation. What started as a war between empires slowly became the foundation of a new nation. Years later, those same colonies would rise, unite, and declare independence, giving birth to the United States. Final line. 1757 was not just a year of war. It was the moment a new nation took its first breath.